Hi guys. In today's lesson, we're going to see verbs in the imperfect past in Spanish. This is part 4. So let's start. In the previous lessons, we talked about regular verbs ending with ar, okay, and er. Now in this lesson, we are going to talk about regular verbs ending with ir, okay, letters I, R, ir in Spanish, okay? So pay attention to know how to conjugate these verbs in the imperfect past, okay? To create a sentence, remember, first you have to put your personal pronoun, okay? And then you have to put your verb conjugated in the form you want, okay? In this case, we're going to see the imperfect past, okay? So you have to check the ending of your verb. Now, first, let's start with the personal pronouns, okay? The personal pronouns in Spanish are personal pronoun I, in Spanish, yo, yo. Personal pronoun you, in Spanish, tú, tú. Personal pronoun he, él, él. Personal pronoun she, ella, ella. Personal pronoun it, eso, eso, okay? Now, personal pronoun we, nosotros, nosotros. Personal pronoun you in the plural form, ustedes, ustedes. And then we have the personal pronoun they, okay? In English, it's they. But in Spanish, if you're talking about a group of boys, men, then you have to use the personal pronoun ellos, ellos, okay? And if you're talking about a group of girls, women, then you have to use the personal pronoun ellas, ellas, okay? So now that we have seen the personal pronouns, then you have to check your verb, the beginning of your verb, and then the ending of your verb, okay? You have a root word. I told you in the previous video that you have to be aware of the root word, that part of the word that is not changing, okay? It's the beginning, and then the ending that is going to change according to the personal pronoun you have, okay? Here we have the endings, okay, of our verbs ending with ir, letter I, R, okay? So, for example, if you have the personal pronoun yo, I, then the ending of your verb has to end with letter I with an accent, A, ia, ia, okay? That would be the ending of your verb for the personal pronoun yo, okay? In the imperfect past. Now, with the personal pronoun you, which means tú, okay, in Spanish, you gotta say tú, then the ending would be ias, okay? You just have to add an S. Ias, same with an accent in letter I. Ias, that would be the ending of your verb to create the imperfect past, okay? Now, if you have the personal pronoun he, which is él in Spanish, okay? Or you have the personal pronoun she, which means ella, ella, or it, which means eso, eso, okay, the third persons, then the ending of your verb has to be ia, okay? Same as in the personal pronoun I, yo. Ia with an accent in letter I, okay? That would be the ending. Now, if you have your personal pronoun we, nosotros, nosotros, the ending of your verb, okay, ending with ir, letter I, R, has to be íamos, íamos, okay? Letter I with an accent, okay? Now, personal pronoun you in the plural form, in Spanish, ustedes, the ending of your regular verb ending with ir has to be ian, ian, okay, with an accent. See, all the personal pronouns endings have an accent, okay? Now, if you have the personal pronoun they, ellos, if you're talking about a group of boys, or ellas, if you are talking about a group of girls, then the ending of your verb, of your regular verb ending with ir, okay, has to be ian. Ian, okay, with an accent. Now let's see some examples so you will understand this better, okay? Here we have these verbs. The first verb we have is to write, okay? To write in Spanish means escribir. Escribir, okay? This is a regular verb ending with ir, letter I, R, escribir. So now let's see how you have to conjugate this verb according to the rules that we have seen, okay? Yo escribía, okay? With a personal pronoun I. As you can see, I was talking about a root word, okay? That root word in this case of the verb would be escrib, okay? This is the part in white. Escrib, letter E, S, C, R, I, B. That's the root word of your verb. That part it's not changing, okay? Because it's regular verb. The ending is the one changing according to the personal pronoun you have, okay? And according to the ending of your verb. In this case, the ending it's escribir. So you have to use the rule of the regular verb ending with ir, okay? So in this case, if you have the personal pronoun I, the ending of your verb would be ia. Yo escribía, okay? Now, if you have the personal pronoun you, tú, the ending would be ias, okay? And the conjugation to create the imperfect past of the verb escribir would be tú escribías. Tú escribías with an accent, okay? Now with the personal pronoun he, the conjugation would be escribía. Él escribía. Él escribía. Okay? Personal pronoun she, conjugation would be ella escribía. Ella escribía. Personal pronoun it, eso escribía. Eso escribía. Personal pronoun we, nosotros escribíamos. Nosotros escribíamos. Personal pronoun you in the plural form, the conjugation would be ustedes escribían. Ustedes escribían. Okay? And then personal pronoun they, the conjugation would be ellos escribían. Okay, if you're talking about a group of men, ellos escribían, or ellas escribían if you're talking about a group of girls, okay? Ellas escribían, okay? So remember, if you're talking about verbs ending with ir, okay, regular verbs, then the ending of your verb in the imperfect past has to end in ia, ias, okay? Íamos, ian, okay? Let's see another verb. Here we have this verb to sleep, okay? To sleep means dormir, dormir, okay? This is a regular verb ending with ir. And let's see how you have to conjugate this verb in the imperfect past, okay? Yo dormía, yo dormía. Tú dormías, tú dormías. Él dormía, él dormía. Ella dormía, ella dormía. Eso dormía, eso dormía. Nosotros dormíamos, nosotros dormíamos. Ustedes dormían, ustedes dormían. Ellos dormían, ellos dormían. Or ellas dormían, okay? Check the root word. It's exactly the same, okay? Dorm, D-O-R-M. That is a part of the word that is not changing. And then the ending is changing according to the personal pronoun you have, okay? Let's go to the next verb. To open, okay? To open in Spanish means abrir. Abrir. And let's see how you have to conjugate this. Yo abría. Yo abría. Tú abrías. Tú abrías. Él abría. Él abría. Ella abría. Ella abría. Eso abría. Eso abría. Nosotros abríamos. Nosotros abríamos. Ustedes abrían. Ustedes sabrían. Ellos sabrían. Ellos sabrían. Or ellas sabrían. Ellas sabrían. Now let's see this verb, to spit. Okay, to spit means escupir. Escupir. Okay, let's see how you have to conjugate this verb in imperfect past. Yo escupía. Yo escupía. Tú escupías. Tú escupías. Él escupía. Él escupía. Ella escupía. Ella escupía. Eso escupía. Eso escupía. Nosotros escupíamos. Nosotros escupíamos. Ustedes escupían. Ustedes escupían. Ellos escupían. Ellos escupían. Or ellas escupían. Ellas escupían. Now we have this verb to say, okay? To say in Spanish means decir. Decir. And let's see how you have to conjugate this verb in imperfect past, okay? Yo decía. Yo decía. Tú decías. Tú decías. Él decía. Él decía. Ella decía. Ella decía. Eso decía. Eso decía. Nosotros decíamos. Nosotros decíamos. Ustedes decían. Ustedes decían. Ellos decían. Ellos decían. Or ellas decían. Ellas decían. Now we have this verb to laugh, okay? To laugh in Spanish means reír. Reír. And this is the way you have to conjugate this verb using the imperfect past, okay? Yo reía. Yo reía. Tú reías. Tú reías. Él reía. Él reía. Ella reía. Ella reía. Eso reía. Eso reía. Nosotros reíamos. Nosotros reíamos. Ustedes reían. Ustedes reían. Ellos reían. Ellos reían. Ellas reían. Ellas reían. And now we have this verb to smile. Okay, to smile means sonreír. Sonreír in Spanish. And this is the way you have to conjugate this verb in the imperfect past. Yo sonreía. Yo sonreía. Tú sonreías. Tú sonreías. Él sonreía. Él sonreía. Ella sonreía. Ella sonreía. Eso sonreía. Eso sonreía. Nosotros sonreíamos. Nosotros sonreíamos. Ustedes sonreían. Ustedes sonreían. Ellos sonreían. I forgot to put an accent in letter I, okay? Sorry. Ellos sonreían. Ellos sonreían. Or ellas sonreían. Ellas sonreían, okay? Remember accent in letter I. Sorry. And now I have this verb, to feel, okay? To feel in Spanish means sentir. Sentir. And this is the way you have to conjugate this verb in the imperfect past. Yo sentía. Yo sentía. Tú sentías. Tú sentías. Él sentía. Él sentía. Ella sentía. Ella sentía. Eso sentía. Eso sentía. Nosotros sentíamos. nosotros sentíamos, ustedes sentían, ustedes sentían, ellos sentían, or ellas sentían, ellas sentían. Now we have this verb to discuss, okay? To discuss in Spanish means discutir, discutir. And let's see how you have to conjugate this using the imperfect past, okay? Yo discutía, tú discutías, tú discutías, él discutía, ella discutía, ella discutía, eso discutía, eso discutía, nosotros discutíamos, nosotros discutíamos, ustedes discutían, ustedes discutían, ellos discutían, or ellas discutían, ellas discutían. Now we have this verb to lie, okay? To lie in Spanish means mentir, mentir. And this is the way you have to conjugate this verb in the imperfect past, okay? Yo mentía, tú mentías, él mentía, ella mentía, eso mentía, nosotros mentíamos, ustedes mentían, ellos mentían, or ellas mentían. Okay, so now we have this verb to measure, okay? To measure means medir, in Spanish, okay? Let's see how you have to conjugate this verb using the imperfect past, okay? Here we have yo medía, tú medías, él medía, ella medía, eso medía, nosotros medíamos, ustedes medían, ellos medían, or ellas medían. Now I have this verb to melt, okay? To melt in Spanish means derretir. And this is the way you have to conjugate this verb in the imperfect past, okay? Yo derretía, tú derretías, él derretía, ella derretía, eso derretía, nosotros derretíamos, ustedes derretían, ellos derretían, or ellas derretían. Now I have this verb to serve, okay? To serve in Spanish means servir. And this is the way you have to conjugate this verb, okay? In the imperfect past. Yo servía, tú servías, él servía, ella servía, eso servía, nosotros servíamos, ustedes servían, ellos servían, or ellas servían. All right, now the next verb we have is to go up, okay? To go up in Spanish means subir, okay? Go up, move up. And let's see how you have to conjugate this verb using the imperfect past. Yo subía, yo subía, tú subías, tú subías, él subía, él subía, ella subía, ella subía, eso subía, eso subía, nosotros subíamos, nosotros subíamos, ustedes subían, ustedes subían, ellos subían, ellos subían, or ellas subían, ellas subían. Now, next verb we have is to come, okay? To come in Spanish means venir, venir. And this is the way you have to conjugate this verb in imperfect past, okay? Yo venía, yo venía, tú venías, tú venías, él venía, él venía, ella venía, ella venía, eso venía, eso venía, nosotros veníamos, nosotros veníamos, ustedes venían, ustedes venían, ellos venían, ellos venían, or ellas venían, ellas venían. All right, guys, so that would be all for today's lesson. And that's all about regular verbs, okay? In the next lesson, I'm going to see our regular verbs in the imperfect past, okay? So stay tuned and thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.